Camera at EMA headquarters in Cranston. We've got Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee in place behind the podium, and that looks like Stephen O'Donnell, Superintendent of Rhode Island State Police, talking with our governor now. And Kevin McBride is that Adjutant General of the Rhode Island National Guard, and the woman with the black turtleneck on the left is the signer. And they've had that service, I think, with all of the news conferences we saw today with all the governors of southern New England. This is kind of a key news conference in terms of the status of the plowing and cleanup efforts in Rhode Island, because we're halfway through the storm. Here's the governor.
Good morning. Nice to see you all again. So let me give you a little bit of an update. First, I want to say thank you to all the people of Rhode Island who have heeded our call to stay home. The travel ban has been extremely successful. It's allowing our folks to plow the roads. We've had very few accidents, no fatalities, nothing serious. So thank you to the people of Rhode Island for hunkering down. Let me give you a sense of what's happening and what we expect. I just got off of a plow out there. It is very bad. These roads are not safe. The snow is still coming down several inches an hour. And we still have wind gusts 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. Visibility is extremely poor. We expect that the snow will continue to fall heavily throughout the afternoon. We're expecting at least an additional 5 to 6 inches between now and, say, 4 or 5 o'clock. The heavier bands may pass, but we anticipate additional snow throughout the evening. And the strong winds, 40, 50 mile an hour, is going to continue all afternoon. You know, we expect high winds until 4 or 5 o'clock tonight. Overall totals are about the same, about 2 feet around the state. It's going to be very cold tonight. Now we're going to start worrying about wind chills, minus 15 degrees with wind chills this evening. DOT, the Department of Transportation, has over 400 vehicles out. They've been working through the night. Again, roads are still not passable, but we have 411 vehicles out there doing their job. The side roads and the on-ramps and the off-ramps and the intersections are particularly dangerous. I see all the reporters nodding, so you know what I'm talking about. Take this seriously. Those side roads, intersections, on-ramps and off-ramps, very bad. DOT is holding its own, I would say, holding its own, but it continues to snow. National Grid is working very hard. We started the morning this morning with just over 1,000 power outages. We are now down to about 570 power outages. I just got off the phone with Tim Horan from National Grid. We expect to be at about 300 within the next hour. So again, we're balancing public safety. They can only get so many crews out there in this weather, but we're pushing them, and they are working as hard as they can. I'd love to see us down to 300 outages within the next hour. There's been one gas fire that is in Providence. Providence Fire Department is on it, working with National Grid, and that is under control. Nursing homes and hospitals, we've checked in with all of them. Everything is in good condition, and generators are running. I will tell you, from having just got off of a plow, even the highways are not really passable. There's zero visibility. So my message continues to be as follows. The travel ban is still in effect. We want everybody off the roads. Travel ban is still in effect. I'm extending the closure of state government until 10 o'clock tonight, and I'll continue to keep you posted later today. With respect to when we're going to lift the travel ban, I'm not going to consider that until conditions vastly improve. So we'll come back later this afternoon with an update. But at this point, the travel ban is firmly in place, and we won't even think about lifting it until we see conditions improving. We see, in New York and in southern Connecticut, the sun's shining there and things look better. So if that's what's coming our way, then we'll think about lifting the travel ban. But right now, Rhode Island's still getting hammered, and we're going to get a lot more snow today and a lot more drift, so the travel ban is still in effect. I do just want to remind people, as I have consistently, if you have a power outage, please call 211. Call 211 for a power outage, or you can call National Grid directly, 1-800-465-1212. If you have a health emergency or other emergency, 911. Call 911 and we'll come out and we'll take care of you. Please remember that house fires occur more frequently in the winter. Keep space heaters away from bedding and clothing and turn them off. And if you smell any gas, please call National Grid. I just have to say another big thank you to all the people that have been working. We have had hundreds of people out, awake all night. National Grid teams have been out. The DOT plows have been out. Local mayors and their DPWs have been out. We have, you know, hundreds and hundreds of families who have sacrificed their loved ones to us. The state police, these troopers have been out all night long, and I commend every single one of them. Because of the state police and the National Grid and the National Guard and the DOT, our people have been safe. And I'm very proud of you and know that as your governor, I'm grateful for your service. So I'm happy to answer a few questions.
Governor, the meteorologists you're consulting, do they have a projected time approximately that they think this storm is going to end? And then, Dr. Lewis, you'll be able to address this. Given that point in time when they think the storm is going to end, when do you estimate the roads might be in a passable condition?
Well, we are anticipating significant more snow accumulation between now and 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, we anticipate the snow to ease up, and we anticipate it will stop at around 10 o'clock tonight. If people stay off the roads, we'll be able to do our job and clear the main arteries. And that's why I've closed state government until 10 o'clock tonight. So we want people to, there's no reason to be out there. It is dangerous. Take this opportunity to stay home and keep yourself safe. So that's where we are right now.
Governor, where did you go with the plow, and describe those conditions again for us?
We were on mostly the main arteries, 95 and 37, and it's bad. There were a few cars out there that are not obeying this travel ban, and they were all stuck. We actually had a DOT vehicle that flipped over. Thank God nobody got hurt, and they're back in action. But I don't know what else to say. These roads are dangerous. They are dangerous. Do yourself a favor and keep yourself safe and stay home. And these guys that are working, we need to keep the DOT safe. The plow driver that I was driving with, he said, Governor, keep this travel ban in effect because it gets dangerous for us when people start to drive and they start to get in our way of plowing. And the drifts, visibility, you drive along and you think you're fine, and then there's a gust of wind and you can't see. So the visibility is very tough.
You know what kind of vehicle it was?
Six-wheel dump truck. No, nobody was hurt. Nobody was hurt. I will say the mayors, we've been in close contact with the mayors. They are all working incredibly hard. Their parking bans are all in effect and will be until the evening. Please adhere to your local parking bans. Give the mayors and the local DPWs a chance to clear out.
You mentioned conditions are apparently better in New York and particularly Connecticut. Have you talked to the other governors yet about what they're doing when they might reopen their roads? I'm wondering if it needs to be a coordinated effort, because if Connecticut opens theirs 4 hours before we do, we have a lot of trouble with the border.
Yes, in fact, I've been on the phone this morning several times with Governor Baker in Massachusetts and Governor Malloy in Connecticut, and we are trying to coordinate. It's a balance, obviously. It's a balance. In Connecticut, the southern part of the state, they're ready to open right now. The part that abuts Rhode Island, not so much. So we are coordinating with them as best we can, and our state police are going to use their judgment. We don't want any pile-ups on the highway, but at the same time, Rhode Island roads are not safe right now.
You said the state will close until 10 p.m. tonight. Have you made any calls on state workers tomorrow, whether or not they have to come in?
The state is closed until 10 o'clock tonight, and I'll make an announcement later in the day with respect to what happens after that.
Can I ask the Colonel real quick? He has a number of incidents that the state police have handled, and of those, how many were simply people who shouldn't be out there, and were there any arrests?
At this point, we have not made any arrests, and there have been a handful of traffic incidents, 6 to 8.
Governor, are there any regions of the state where we're seeing most of our National Guard members concentrated, whether it's worse than anywhere else?
We know that the power outages were principally located in Providence, Narragansett, and South County. We know that the wind was worse in Newport, and the snowfall where I'm from, Smithfield, Burrville, is more snowfall up there. But as I say, National Grid, we started the morning with over 1,000 outages. We're down to about 573 now, and we'd like to be down to about 300 within the hour.
Are you asking businesses to stay closed tomorrow, or is that an assessment you're going to make later in the day?
That's an assessment I'll make later in the day. I'm asking everyone to stay closed today. You know, the reality is if people stay off the roads, we can get you back to work more quickly. So that's what we're trying to do here. We want everyone to be safe, first and foremost, and we want to be back to business as usual as quickly as we can. So stay off the roads today. I'll be back this afternoon with an update. Hopefully conditions will improve, and we'll talk about tomorrow then. Thank you.